Guys, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we are going to obviously be installing some lights on the CRV. All thanks to Auxbeam. I showed you guys these in the last video. Well, we haven't opened them up yet, which we are getting ready to do right now. But before I open this, I need to open this. Wow, that's actually pretty freaking dope, bro. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a birthday gift for me from Dustin. Dustin, if you guys are new to the channel, you probably haven't seen him because he hasn't been on a video in quite some time, but he's a friend of mine that's came over and helped with some body work on some of the vehicles in the past. But yeah, huge shout out to Dustin. Thank you, brother. I most certainly appreciate it. Got me a Matco Tools knife, and he specifically said that this is for opening boxes, which, lucky for us, is exactly what it is we need to do right now. Stickers! Hell yeah, look at that. Comes with a wiring harness. Cha-cha-cha. Hopefully this makes it nice and simple to run this. Hardware, mounting brackets, and last but definitely not least, are the lights themselves. So these are a lot more than just a pod light, bro. It's not just a basic pod light. I'm actually extremely excited to show you what it is that these do. Well, this is the whole entire purpose. I wanted to get this rack finished up and get it mounted on here so that we have a place for mounting those lights. So, but wait, you might be thinking to yourself, a whole ass rack just to freaking mount up two little pod lights? What the hell? You should have put a light bar up there. You know what this means, right? More boxes to kick! Yeah, bro, we don't just have 2 of these pod lights to mount up, we have 8 of them. So we are basically going to be making a light bar, but out of individual pod lights, you know what I'm saying? That's the look I'm going for on this thing. I'm excited to see it done. I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like. First thing I gotta do is I need to mark the roof line back here with a silver Sharpie, because the mounting bracket's gonna have a bolt sticking through, and we don't want that sitting against the windshield. I can't tell if that even left a mark. Bet your razor blade left a mark. Alright, so now we got ourselves a little bit of a problem. So that takes care of the mounting, but we have this power cord on the backside that, I mean, I don't want it to just like drape over the top or down the bottom. Alright, each one of these packs of lights, they not only include all of the wiring and what you're going to need, and we will get into this later. Definitely not my favorite part, but it looks like they have made it pretty easy for you. Just plug and play. But they also include all of the hardware that you're going to need, including they send you Allen wrenches. What's up? They got nuts, bolts, washers, everything you're gonna need to actually mount this stuff up, including the mounting hardware for actually screwing the lights to the bracket. Each light comes with its own bracket, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and get these bolted on. I am very happy that they're powder coated black already. Saved me some painting. Dude, also each one of these lights, they're solid as hell, bro. That's freaking indestructible. I mean, I'm sure we could break it if we really tried, but, you know. Damn, bro, look at that. Now, they're not all perfectly straight exactly where it is they're gonna be. I left them a little bit loose because once we get them on the truck, I gotta kind of, or on the truck, once I get them on the CRV, I gotta kind of aim them and figure out exactly where it is I want them before I tighten them down. So I was just thinking about it, man. The only problem with running 4 sets of pods instead of running just a light bar is I have 4 wiring harnesses. Damn it. So that's definitely gonna be the struggle, but it is what it is, man. I'm not worried about it. I think that is just gonna look so much cooler up there rather than just being a solid light bar running across. All right, so I'm sure some of you guys probably aren't going to like this, but it is what it is, man. I am going to pull this sun visor off and the oh shit handle so that I can pull the headliner down enough. I'm gonna go ahead and just blow a hole straight through the ceiling, right through the roof right here, and then run our wiring down this direction. So looking at the harness, let me get this spread out. So this wiring harness is pretty long, but I don't have a whole lot of options, man. With the lights being up here on the roof, I'm either going to have to run the wiring on the outside into the engine bay and then through the firewall for the switch, or I would have to pass through a door jamb. There's not going to be, I mean, the only other option is to go all the way to the back of the vehicle and go through the back hatch, in which the wiring is not long enough to do that. So I think the best option is to go ahead and blow a hole through the ceiling. God, I keep saying ceiling, through the roof. Anyhow, so the wiring includes a relay, and then this is the positive and negative, which gets hooked to obviously ground and to our battery. That does have a fuse, and then you have a long length of wire. It looks like it's probably about 10 feet. Damn, what's up, bro? Nailed it. Exactly 10 feet. So from the relay and where we get our power source, there is 10 feet of wire that runs to the lights themselves, and then you have 10 feet of wire that runs up to the switch. So obviously you want the switch to be somewhere that you can reach it whenever you're sitting in the driver's seat. Those have to go all the way to the roof, and those pretty much you want to be inside of the engine bay. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this headliner pulled down. So I got to do that sun visor, the oh shit handle. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the glove box off so I can find a place to access the firewall and run our wires through. Time to perform surgery on this damn thing. That thing is it's stripped out. Lovely, huh? Just gonna slide something in here to hold this headliner away from the roof so my drill bit doesn't get into it, just like that. And I need to measure how far back to avoid this doubled up metal, like that channel right there. It's about 6 inches back, so I'm gonna go back about 9 inches. All right, X marks the spot. X spots the marks. Yeah, damn right I'll drill a hole through my roof. My mama didn't raise no bitch. Oh, that's gonna make life so much easier. So I obviously was not prepared for this, so I don't have anything for sealing that up, but I do plan to. I know they make things for sealing that type of thing up, you know, that like basically will sandwich the wires together and it's rubber and it bolts, you know, and you can put some silicone and it'll get sealed up eventually, just not today. In order to move forward, we gotta be able to run our wires, man. There's all of our waterproof plugs. I don't know exactly what these are called, but they use really nice clips. You got really nice seals, so whenever you click them in, you don't have to worry about water getting in there and stuff. That's awesome. Anyhow, now to run all that through my roof. I'm gonna go ahead and get this mounted up right now so that we can get all these lights plugged in. I need to plug them all in, get all the wiring and everything going across the back. Get it all zip tied and running nice and clean because I want to pull all of the slack inside of the vehicle. I don't want a bunch of extra slack up on the roof, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta mount it for that. So as it turns out, despite my efforts of trying to avoid from this happening, it still happened. So I need to go ahead and pull that back off. I'm gonna take a grinder. I gotta knock the length off of all that mounting hardware. So crisis number one for the day. I can never make it through a project without some kind of crisis happening, but I'll be happy if that's the only one. All right, I got those all knocked down as far as I can, so the bolt is actually flush with the nut on the back now. I kind of beat the paint up on the back. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm gonna go out there and see if I can find one of my empty spray paint cans that's got enough in it that I can just kind of just touch it up. I also knocked the burrs off of these holes while I was at it. Now before we mount that thing up there, again, this is probably going to be the last time it is off for a very long time. I want to do a banner behind it. My idea is I want to do a banner to where it hangs down like just barely past right here. So then like it's just gonna add a little bit more dimension to it, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll have the banner behind it and then this in front of it. I don't know, it's just, to me it's gonna be that much more detail. Plus, I like having a banner because it like blocks all the sun from, you know, getting in your eyes. That's probably the worst environment out there right now for actually laying vinyl, but it's got to be done right now. Banner's finished. That was actually a lot more difficult than what it should have been because of these damn side pieces. That made it a lot more difficult, but got it laid on there and nice and smooth. That's too bad half of that, well, 75% of that's going to be covered because that came out really clean. But all right, now we can go ahead and pop the lights back on and continue with our wiring. So I still need to zip tie everything up here, but I do have everything plugged in. It's all running into the car, and then it runs down this pillar right here, and I have it going in behind the dash now. I'm lucky that this whole panel right here all popped off, and I was able to get the wiring behind here. I kind of messed up. I should have those plugs that go up to the lights. I should have passed those through the firewall and everything first and brought it up through here, because now I'm stuck with all the relays and stuff out here. So I was kind of screwed, because my idea was to just shove the wires down through there, and I wasn't going to be able to do that with the relays on it, obviously. And then I realized all this came apart. So the only downside now is I need to find a place to put all the relays on the inside of the car, but it shouldn't be that bad, bro. I'm pretty sure I can find somewhere to tuck them underneath there with the help of some zip ties. And then I'm going to run all of the switches. I'm going to try to get them under the dash and run them up on that pillar and just kind of mount them right there. So it's just like click, click, click. If not, if it's too much of a pain in the ass, I'll just mount them somewhere else. I'm not sure yet. Shit, realistically, I'd like to put them all on one switch to where it's all just one button, but there's like 5 different modes that these lights do. I don't know if I would be able to do that or not. So I'll have to research that and figure out if that's gonna be something I'm able to do in the future. But for today, I'm just gonna run all the individual switches. So we'll have 4 buttons instead of 1. Snip the last of these zip ties really quick. Bro, look how many freaking zip tie butts I got down there. So anyhow, there is all my wiring. I got it ran down the pillar. Look at that, everything closed up perfectly. I haven't put the sun visor and the shit handle back in yet, but got that all closed up. The wiring all runs down here and loops down inside in behind the glove box, and that's where all this comes out. And I went ahead and I took up the slack and made them all equal length right here. So some of them I had to kind of coil up and a little bit more than others, because the harness ended up being unequal lengths by the time it got in here because of the placement of the lights up there, as you guys know. So and I got everything all combined. So these are all the powers, there's all the grounds, all the fuses are right there. Everything's all zip tied, all nice and clean. This is where all the relays plug in. I have the relays down here with the switches. I took all that off for the time being and made it a lot easier to get it through there. But yeah, then everything's zip tied, and then this pigtail right here comes off. And this is the clips for all of our switches, which are down there. So yeah, dude, this is freaking super freaking long. I have every single bit of 10 feet right here that I'm capable of running anywhere that I want to put over there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put all the relays back in. I noticed I have a big void right here, just a big old wide open area that just goes back there, that I'm gonna be able to just kind of just shove all the relays. So once I plug the relays all back in, I'm just gonna shove them back there inside of that hole. The ground and the positives, I'm going to jump them all together and run a big fat power wire out the firewall. I still got to do that into where the battery's at. As you guys know, the battery is just right on the other side of the firewall, so it's not like I got to go far. But I am going to use a heavy gauge wire to jump all these together and run out there. If I can find somewhere, I might just ground all this in here, or just do the same thing, run a heavy gauge and just run it out there with the power wire and ground it in the engine bay. But anyhow, it's moving right along, dude. This is surprisingly really easy to get this all wired up. I mean, this was 4 sets, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if you just had like a light bar or something, it was just 1 set that you're just running in here. It'd be a lot easier. I'm having to run 4 sets all at one time, and it's still just a freaking breeze, bro. Hell yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna get all this finalized. Then I gotta run this all the way underneath there, and then the idea is, like I said, I want to run it up that pillar and probably put all the buttons right there, all these guys. So there is a power button on each one, an on off, and then there's a mode button on each one. So I'm gonna try to just get these stacked on top of one another over there. And yeah, I'll pick back up whenever I've got some updates for you. All right, lights are done, and this is where I ended up putting the switches, just like I said. Came out really freaking clean. So yeah, that's the only bit of wiring that you could see anywhere. Everything closed up and tucked away, nice and neat. Can't see anything. Bro, this was actually really easy to wire. Like the inside of this dash, there's so many like passageways and stuff to just pass wiring through, and getting through the firewall for the main power was perfect. I actually ended up being able to hook the ground up to a bolt underneath there, a 12mm bolt. All the switches are right here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut these lights off out here. I got the garage door shut and kind of straightened the CRV out so I can like aim the lights, make sure they're all somewhat straight. Boom, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, and yeah, they are crooked as shit. That's better. All right, so the white light is really cool, but my favorite part is this.
Dude, that looks so freaking sick, bro.
Dude, I have always wanted a set of lights that does this, man, that actually light up amber like that. That just looks freaking sick as hell to me. So I want to, now I kind of want to put like amber bulbs inside of the headlights to make them light up amber, and put some LED amber bulbs on the license plate on the back just so everything lights up amber. But yeah, dude, that's freaking dope. But that's still not it, man. So this is the reason why I say that this is probably the best pod lights that you can get on the market. Because not only does it do the amber and white, but you can do them at the same time. Oh, that was the power, sorry. Yeah, so that's amber and white at the same time. Holy shit. Strobe light, dude. Freaking strobe light. So this, where it gets difficult with this is the fact that it is 4 switches. So you have to try to hit them at the same exact time for them to all blink at once. But you don't only have the white strobe light, but you also have freaking amber. And then it also does the switchback. That is so freaking sick, bro. Yo, that's crazy. Shout out to Auxbeam, man. I'm gonna have a link in the description down below for these lights and to their website. I believe they're giving you guys a percentage off. If they are, it's in the description. They also sent shirts. Mine unfortunately didn't fit. Braven's did.
Yeah. I like
it's a dope ass shirt too.
Hey, I just wore it to the gym. Low-key was pretty good.
Because it's like a jersey shirt.
And low-key was good.
Yeah, that's sick. Anyhow, this thing is filthy right now. I'm gonna get up in the morning and clean it a little bit and give you guys some daytime footage of how the exterior came out. So yeah, I'll see you then. it is, guys, all finished up. And I will say now, with the lights on there and with the windshield banner underneath the rack, dude, the front looks dope, man. So this is exactly how it is that I envisioned it. Like I'm always telling you guys, trust the process. You gotta wait until the vision is complete so you can see it and know what it's gonna look like, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of struggled with this one myself because it was looking kind of goofy without the lights on there, but the lights definitely pulled it all together. And of course the windshield banner behind it just adds that little bit of contrast. And just, dude, I don't know, it came out freaking dope. Honestly, it came out better than what I imagined it. Anyhow, guys, once again, huge shout out to Auxbeam. I am going to have a link in the description down below to the absolute best pod lights on the market that you can get, dude. These things are so freaking dope. Of course, don't forget, we still are running the Gotham pre-order shirt. I'm going to probably close it here pretty soon. We didn't come nowhere near our goal of 500 shirts. We are far off from that, but we'll talk about it. We'll see what it is we can do. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you on the next one, in which I think I'm going to take a break from the CRV. I got more lighting to put on the CRV, but I think I'm gonna take a break from it and move back over to the Blazer. We got some stuff in for the Blazer. Later.